We are now by our house that we bought a year ago. Let's see what happened in a year.
How are you doing?
If you don't think about the war in Ukraine, which is really difficult not to think about, if we only take our house and our household, we are really happy with whatever happened to our house. We are really excited to be living here. It's beautiful and cozy and the best place we could be at right now. This is a veranda where we shall have our coffee in the morning, and there's a beautiful view in here. Okay, so you can see that a lot changed here.
It's worse.
This veranda used to look much better, but for now it's our storage space where we put the things that we don't know what to do with yet, because we are still organizing. We just moved in October last year. The door is new. Come in. Welcome to our home refurbished. If you remember, this is where we had a small corridor with 4 different doors each way. There are so many doors in this house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and entrance. We destroyed this wall, and then we also destroyed this wall and the one behind it. No, this one. And then we rebuilt them because we were building this stove. The old one was too old for handling, and we still have to cover it with something, but you can cook in here, and right now you can also see fire.
No fire right now. You lied to us.
Fire is out, but you can feel it's hot. So this is the kitchen. We have extended it by destroying one wall, and we placed the stove inside the kitchen because it's the central room, so the stove is kind of giving the heat to every room, but in winter this is the one that's hottest. Nothing is done here. We actually ordered our kitchen on the 24th of February. We were supposed to go check it out, but then the war started in Ukraine and we were a bit scared to invest anything else in the house. So right now it's done by the father of my partner and my partner, the way, like in a very basic way, but I'm starting to like it as well. So we have this sink that the guys connected.
Wait, so you mentioned the war started. Why are you still in Ukraine then?
Okay, so objectively, on the first day of war, everyone was super scared and we wanted to leave. And our friends who were supposed to visit us on that day, they did leave. They went to Romania and then to Sweden, and now they are in the US. They have children. We don't have children. That's why we have a bigger luxury of deciding for ourselves. On the first day of war, when men were still allowed out of the country, we couldn't leave because our dog didn't have all the necessary paperwork. And on the second day of war, when dogs were allowed out of the country, men were not allowed out of the country, so we still stayed. And of course, we were very, very scared. And up until today, we are rather scared, but we believe that our armed forces will win this war. And right now, Ukraine is actually even cooler than it used to be. It's like the best country in the world. So we are staying here, and you guys are coming for a retreat, right?
Yeah. Can you imagine living this home forever? Would you like to leave it after investing so much in it?
I couldn't imagine leaving this home. No, I can't imagine leaving this home forever, because there was a moment when I thought I was leaving it forever, and I was walking home thinking about what I would have to pick up and that I possibly could never come back, and that was really, really painful, and I lived this pain, and hopefully I don't have to live it again.
Okay, show me your kitchen. A little bit dirty kitchen.
It is as it normally is. It's just the kitchen counter is slightly cleaner because we just had our lunch, so we put everything in the dishwasher. And yes, when I was getting this home, I imagined myself waking up and going to the kitchen and getting my juicer and juicing my juice, and everything would be so clean, and then I would get on my yoga mat. And then I forgot this moment that our habits remain the same, that it's much more difficult to remake your habits even when you get running water and hot water and everything is convenient. So my kitchen counter is often rather dirty, even though I have a dishwasher. My dishwasher is rather funny because it's created for like a normal built-in kitchen. So you have to hold it with a leg like this when you're loading it, because we hadn't attached anything on this side yet. That's why it's lighter than it should be. This is an extra fridge that we used as a cupboard, but we freed it for our friends who came from East Ukraine. And now it's just standing here, and this is our new beautiful fridge. And yes, we didn't prepare for this shooting because a guy came recently to pick up our windowsills to finally cover them with necessary stuff and like put them in for good. But then Anya unexpectedly came to shoot the video, and now we don't have any windowsills.
Show me what's in your fridge in the village.
What's in my fridge? What's in the fridge? Okay, first of all, you have to check out this beautiful calendar. We didn't write anything for April, but I got it from the woman who, in the printing place, who published my books that I paid her for, and her son was in some political party, and she gave me this calendar as a gift, and we started writing down like funny things and weird things, and then when the war started we wrote down very sad things there on top of the fridge. And then April, here you have a broken heart, Andrei drew. I think that's when we found out about all the people who died in Bucha, and maybe that's why we didn't write anything, because it's really sad. And here I made a list in January places we have to go, and here is abroad, we forgot about it, and here is like a list of places we want to go in Ukraine. And of course we have Dnipro because that's where Andrei's parents are. And here we started adding places from the war. Mariupol, Rubizhne is where a friend is from, where the war is happening now. Chernobyl, Mykolaiv, Kyiv, Kherson, and Vinnytsia is where my mom is and where I was born. And it feels very special right now as a Ukrainian to actually want to go to places in Ukraine and to really love our country as we should have since the beginning. Okay, what's in the fridge? Doesn't look as awesome as it normally does.
Right? You have some fancy milk though, and tahini pasta and stuff.
Yeah, we use tahini for hummus and salads. We have pesto because Masha used to live here. She loves pesto. It's like some nut sauce, coconut oil, eggs. We always have eggs for breakfast. Here is the biggest part of our fridge is dog food. We cook grains and meat for our dog. And this is the sausage that Anya brought with her.
Yeah.
I found a piece of pumpkin in the market. I haven't had pumpkin since autumn. And here is my favorite part of spring. Check this out. It's the best vegetable in the world. This one and zucchini. And right now in the freezer, we have eaten almost all the berries. And most of the stuff we have is like meat for dogs. Well, you can see some berries in here. These are black currant from last year. Shouldn't have done it for the video. If I have black teeth in the rest of the video, that's the black currant from last year. We actually changed the floor. Our construction workers took down all the doors. They took down all the wooden floor, which was really pretty, and I would have preferred to have the wooden floor, but under this floor you get mice and a lot of bugs, and so we took it down and we put a concrete like all over the floor in the same level, and I think it cost a lot, but it's really worth it. We didn't get any mice in the house except for one that we know where she climbed in, and we closed down that space. And for now we kept this shelf. I think it was made for TV. It was in the previous kitchen of this house, and for us right now it's a pantry mess. And it looks messy, but I know where everything is exactly. Like if you ask me to get the sugar, here it is.
Okay, let's keep something more difficult. Find spaghetti.
Pasta. Okay. Here's pasta.
Yeah! Really fast.
Here is my current recycle bin. That's where I put all of the stuff that I wash, and then it's ready to be recycled, and then I repack them and normally send them to Kyiv to our No Waste Ukraine. Right now they're not working, but I'm collecting stuff that I'm gonna be excited to send to them after the war. It feels great to own a home. It's grounding.
You wanted to have your own room. Did you manage to?
Yes, I have a small room. I think originally we planned to have a bathroom here and my room here. Anyway, we did a lot of plans on the papers, and we figured out that would be the best way to have my room here, because when people are visiting and they're hanging out in the kitchen, I still can go into my room because I do coaching and I do private sessions, and I need to have a space where my clients feel safe and nobody hears us talking. So this is the room where I can just lock my doors and be here alone.
Why do you have a gray thing there? Is it some kind of design?
This is loft style.
Like
Village loft. This is a part of the stove, and it's get heated here, and we plan to put these tiles on here, but we haven't done it. We don't have any tiles on the stove because we moved in October, and we started heating the stove as soon as we moved in, and it has to be cold for the tiles to be done, so we're waiting for summer. Next I will show you the bathroom. Let's go. Oh, this room is the reason why we bought this house. We loved living in nature, but we were really lacking plumbing, and we like to shower. In the previous house, this didn't exist. For those who have never lived in a Ukrainian village, traditional Ukrainian houses have a toilet outdoor, and there is no bathroom or toilet indoors. For us, it was a problem. We invited a special car, and then it drilled for water. And then they created this whole system, and they bring pipes there. It was a big... It's more difficult than buying an apartment in a house where you already have all of these utilities. They were designed especially for us. That's why renovation was not very cheap. But we got what we wanted. We have this bathtub where we can take a bath together, and that's the best way to take a bath, because we also have a boiler which warms only this much water, and that's why when I'm in the bath without Andriy, I don't have enough water to take a bath. We have a washing machine which we really love, and this washing machine is the hero of the war, because almost every day it washes something for our friends, the people who came from Kyiv, from Zaporizhia, from Khmelnytsky. I am proud of this toilet, which finally made me forget about the nightmare of wanting to pee and not doing it for 2 hours because it may be cold outside. Even though I do miss my picturesque walks in the mornings towards the toilet in that other house.
So, only one room left?
Not only one room, but the main room.
Let's go.
The room.
The room. The room. The room. White, big, white.
Probably it's gonna be our bedroom and working area, and Andrei says it's his room. He's pointing to himself. What? This is the main room in the house. It's the biggest room, and before that it was also the main room. But when the previous owners lived here, it was the cold room without heating, and for us it's the one that we live in the most, so we heat it. Mostly it's Andrei's workplace and our place where we watch TV and chill with friends, play games, joke, sing, do balance boarding, do sports, play with Oculus. Yeah, it's a good room. It's really cold, typical Ukraine, you know. Springtime, -1. My overall experience of reconstructing an old village house is that unless you absolutely love the place and the house, it may not be worth it. You have to really consider how much work you want to do, because for us, we pretty much kept the roof and the walls and we redid everything else. And these walls that we have here right now, they are very expensive. They may be the most expensive part of the house.
Did you spend on renovation more than you spent on the house itself, on buying this land?
We spent a lot of money on renovation. We drilled a water hole for like 26 meters deep. We took down the floor. We pretty much rebuilt the whole house, and together with the devices like fridge and washing machine, we spent somewhere up to $30,000 for renovating it. It was totally worth for me.
Why?
This house has a lot of light. I love light. This house has a beautiful view in many directions. This house is located in one of the most picturesque places I've ever been. And I love living here. I feel in harmony with myself, with my partner, with my dog, and with the nature. Every Ukrainian in Ukraine is sure we are going to win this war. We are not giving our freedom away. We know the war will end. We know Ukraine will be free from war. For now, we are going through a very tough time, and we are all contributing any way we can. We are destroying Russian websites online. We are translating news. We are sharing videos we are sharing truthful information with our foreign friends. I myself guide meditations twice a day to support Ukraine energetically and spiritually. And I know we will win this war. That's why we have to plan and we have to continue living.